Hello, welcome. This is Sports Tonight. We're reaching you live from Channels TV Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. Always a delight to have you join us. I'm Austin Okunakwan. It's still an action-packed world of sports. On the show tonight, we'll give you updates coming from the IWTF German Open. What's up with Nigeria's Aaron Quadri and Egypt's Omar Assar? African interest gets our attention tonight on the show. We'll also talk about the Australian Open. So there you have it. It's going to be Novak Djokovic taking on Andy Murray for the men's category. And you know, for the women, it's Serena Williams going against Angelique Kerber. So much to talk about tonight on the show. Continue our look at the 2016 African Nations Championship. Team Nigeria, they are back in the country after crashing out from the group phase, but other countries are still going on strong. And we told you that in Lagos, Ikorodu United and MFM Football Club will be part of the Nigeria Professional Football League. We've been hearing so much from MFM. Tonight, we'll hear from Ikorodu United. There's so much to talk about tomorrow. Big games all across Europe. The English Premier League will be back. So much to talk about. And it's a Friday night, so chess will get our attention tonight on the show. But today, Ogunshiku will be joining us, not just to talk about chess, but also teach you how to play some chess. That's what we're going to be doing tonight on the show. But let's bring you into all of what we'll do. What are you talking about in your ever action-packed world of sports? Talk to us on Twitter, or channels_sports, and on Facebook, or Channels IFA Sports. We want to hear from you. Do you have questions, comments, suggestions, whatever has kept you talking in this money spinning world of sports? We want to hear from you tonight on the program. That's it right there on Twitter, channels_sports, and on Facebook, or Channels IFA Sports. Let's get the show started now. My colleague Yemi Adebayo joins us now. Yemi, I'll go to have you on the show.
It's always a pleasure, Austin. It's always a pleasure to take a trip, across the money spinning world of sports. A lot of things to talk about, and a lot of good things to expect for the weekend. Football is back, everything is ready. So sad, a lot of people can now switch their allegiance back to the foreign clubs that they support. For a while, the Super Eagles took our time and our attention.
That's right.
But now it's over now. It's over now. So we have to get on with our lives and look at the other things. Talk about tennis, talk about football, talk about all the other things that make up the beautiful world of sports.
That's right. It's indeed a beautiful action-packed world of sports. Let's go over to the German Open now. We told you Aaron Quadri started in the round of 128 and then played to the round of 64 until he entered the main draw. Now, when you get to the main draw, that's the big deal. Confirmation of a main draw event. Aaron Quadri went against this guy, Chuang Chi-yuan of Chinese Taipei. And he defeated Aaron Quadri clearly. Clean beating right there, 4-0, 11-8, 11-6, 11-4, 11-8. That guy is ranked number 10 in the world. It wasn't just Aaron Quadri. This guy from Egypt that is also doing big things, Omar Assar, he played a very impressive game against Ochcharov Dimitri from Germany. That guy is ranked number 5 in the world. Very good table tennis player. Omar did all he could, but that one only ended Dimitri 4, Omar Assar 3. So end of the road for Africa's representatives at the German Open, but it's a good one. Making it to the main draw means something positive for their rankings when it's released again.
Yeah, it means you're knocking on the door. It means you're not far away. It means you're not going to allow the better players to shut you out. You just keep knocking. And on the strength of all of these performances, some of these guys would, talking about our African brothers, and most importantly, our own Aaron Quadri, will be able to move forward in the rankings. And whether you like it or not, the rankings is a big deal. Real big deal. I don't know, maybe it will get to a time where you start having, it's not easy to have weekly rankings in table tennis like you have in some of the other sports, in lawn tennis and all that. But I'm hoping that as these guys continue to participate in all of these events, it will just boost their reputation and their rankings.
It will definitely pay off. At the Hungarian Open last 8, at the German Open, which we must mention was tougher, and made it to the round of 32. Maybe the next one now, there must be a very good target for Aaron Quadri. Currently ranked 48 in the world. We're hoping that when the rankings are released again, Aaron Quadri will find in place himself on a better position on the log. Now let's leave the table and go to the courts. The Australian Open has been giving us reasons to talk sports lately. We'll get into the final lap of the race. What a semi-final game today between Andy Murray and Milos Raonic. Yemi, it was a grueling 4-hour contest.
Yeah.
But Murray stood firm and got it.
Murray has always been involved in long battles, duels that last long. Well, this is why I should not be involved in betting and predicting. I was hoping.
I said Raonic too.
I was
Come
hoping,
on.
you know, because I thought if Milos Raonic was going to be the one to step up against Novak, maybe the story would be different. He pushed the young man all the way. He pushed Andy Murray, and it was only fitting that this game had to go to 5 sets. And for me, it was, well, I don't want to call it a personal loss because I really wanted to see Milos, but Andy Murray dogged it. Andy Murray dogged it, and you could understand why he's number 2. Now, Andy Murray has a lot to prove to us.
That's right.
A lot of us we've written, you know, him, Federer, and Nadal as, you know, I said yesterday, as you can't even begin to call them rivals to Novak anymore because of the way it takes them out easily.
And those rackets suffer.
Yeah. So we'll see what's going to happen on Sunday. But good one for Andy Murray. He will be hoping to win this for the first time. He has never won this tournament. Yeah, he has gotten this far on 1 or 2 occasions. But we hope that he'll be able to do something. And will not be like the others that are hoping that, you know, a lot of people betting, hoping that Novak will lose. I want to see a good game.
Yeah.
I want to see a good. I like when the champion is beaten, not because he had a bad day, but because his best was just not good enough.
Because there's
whether or not Andy Murray will be able to do that.
That's right.
You know, it's hard to call, really.
Okay, so that's it. The final of this year's Australian Open will be between world number 1 Novak Djokovic and Britain's Andy Murray. We'll let you see some statistics as we await that one. It's not going to be easy, but who knows? Anything can happen. Novak Djokovic is unbeaten in all 5 of his Australian Open final appearances and has beaten Murray in 3 of them. Andy Murray will be competing in his 9th Grand Slam final and is looking for his 3rd major title after wins at the US Open in 2012 and Wimbledon in 2013. So there are some positives going for him. Novak Djokovic has won 10 Grand Slam titles, 5 Australian Open titles, 3 at Wimbledon and 2 US Open titles. Stand up for the champion. It will be the 31st meeting between the 2 players. Murray has lost 21 matches against the Serb. Murray is looking to become the first man in the Open era to win a Grand Slam title after losing 4 finals at any one tournament. There is need for him to change that record, you mean?
Lord, cast your mind back 2012. I felt sorry for him. Roger Federer came to his backyard, Wimbledon. He lost and he cried bitterly. He cried. You know, his friends were there. His wife-to-be was there. You know, was really sad. And it's a pity that, you know, Andy Murray does all the work, get to the final, and it's not. You know, he has just 2 Grand Slam titles to his name,
That's right.
and he has not won any on this surface, on the hard courts of Melbourne. He has to be set. So we'll see what goes on. Well, you know, good players do have their bad days.
That's right.
So it could happen for Murray, but it's, you know, it would take a gambler to bet against Novak.
Okay, so that's it. I've shown you the stats. We're waiting to find out what's really going to happen when Andy Murray steps on the court against one of his bitter rivals, Novak Djokovic. Novak Djokovic playing the best tennis of his career. See the way he pushed aside Roger Federer, and he is indeed an undisputed champion. But Andy Murray has a lot going for him this year. His wife is heavily pregnant, and he might just be bringing back home a gift for his unborn child. You never know. Anything can just happen. That's in the men's category. In the women's category, if you're not talking Serena Williams, you're talking Serena Williams. Everyone looking forward to see whether she can break that Steffi Graf record. Serena Williams will be playing against Angelique Kerber. There's so much going for Serena at the moment, Yemi Adebayo, because if you look at her, it's like, she's winning or she's winning.
Yeah, that's what it is. I really don't know what to say. She has made me eat my words, really. Started these tournaments and I said she wasn't ready. She was going to crash out, but see what she has done. Now Steffi Graf's record looks, history beckons for her.
That's right.
It will be the 22nd Grand Slam if she does win. You know, this tournament has Steffi Graf written all over. Angelique Kerber is German, Steffi Graf is German. For Angelique Kerber, her idol is Steffi Graf. So I don't know if Steffi Graf will go to the back room and try to give her protege some advice on how to handle this lady because she needs a lot of handling. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to do that currently on the women's circuit. But of course, she said something that is important. I don't have anything to lose.
That's right.
And I'm always afraid of anybody that has nothing to lose. He said, look, if you
They're
ask,
just coming out to have fun. And
if you ask anybody, they will say Serena will win. So I don't have anything to lose. I'll just go out and play. Because if I lose, people will say it's expected. So let me just go out, push her, and see. And she sounds confident. Nobody can be overconfident when you're playing against Serena. But she sounds confident. And let's see what happens. We've seen times where Serena will go to the final with less fancied opponents and lose. US Open last year, classic example, lost to the Italian. A lot of us didn't see it happening. We're already talking about the Serena Slam, the calendar slam. She already had the Serena Slam. Yeah. We're talking about the calendar slam, but it didn't happen. And so, because she's playing against, unlike Novak, it doesn't matter. As long as he's in form, it's trouble. But for Serena, one or two occasions she has lost to less fancied opponents. People, you close your eyes and say she's beaten this one. The lady she lost to, the Italian, used the opportunity, used the opportunity to retire, because you don't get a better opportunity than that in your life.
Keep that in your history.
Just keep it and say, yeah.
Frame that record.
I was the one that denied her that calendar slam, and let's see how it goes. I hope she's going to be able to last long. Age already catching up with her.
And maybe when she breaks this record now.
Yeah.
What else?
But in terms of form, I mean, she's just up there. She's playing her best tennis right now, and the only thing that could stop Serena is Serena, which means unless she gets injured.
That's right.
I don't see any of her. She doesn't even have peers. I wanted to see any of her peers, but she doesn't have any. She's peerless right now. A lot of people have even suggested that, look, bring the guys to the courts. I mean, that's what they say. Bring the guys to the courts and let them play 3 sets. And I'm telling you, some of those guys may not be able to defeat Serena in three sets.
Yeah, we had about said that. I'm not going to say anything about that. But awesome form by Serena Williams, and the head-to-head record speaks well for her against Angelique Kerber. They've met 6 times, and it is 5-1 in favor of Serena. Now, listen, none has gone beyond 2 sets. That's how much she's a good player with that record against Kerber. Kerber only defeated Serena Williams in 2012 at the Cincinnati Masters. So 2012, 2016, and a lot going on for Serena Williams. You never know. We're just waiting to see that final game, and then we'll come back to talk about it. But before that game is played, talk to us. What do you think we should expect from the final? Is it Serena Williams, Angelique Kerber? Are you waiting for an upset? Or you just want to talk about Serena Williams winning and winning? On Twitter, we're channels_sports, and on Facebook, we're channels_sports. Let's go on a quick break now. When we come back, we'll go to Rwanda, talk about the African Nations Championship, and come back home to talk about league football. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
I would say it's probably my best slam I've played in a year, and I've won a lot in a year. So, again, I haven't won this one, but even if I don't win, I really can take away that I've been really consistent, and I want to continue that.
She's the world #1, and she's the champion. She won everything. So I have actually nothing to lose, but still I will go out there to try to challenge her, playing good tennis.